Hi there, everyone. I want to talk to all you astronomers and anybody that likes planets and solar systems like I do. I want to explain how Earth truly was formed. All the experts you watch on TV, History Channel, they always tell you about these giant planets colliding with each other and smashing into each other, and that's completely incorrect. When you look at this planet, and I always wondered, where did all the water come from? This planet is full of water. Everywhere you look, when you think of the Marianas Trench, miles deep, filled with water. The water is everywhere. So there's no way the planet, a bunch of comets smacked into it, created and brought this amount of water to us. It was already here. Now you look at the universe, it has a recipe. It has a complete recipe. It knows what it's doing. It knows how to create the stars, the planets, the solar systems, and the galaxies. It has a formula, and the formula is true here on this planet. If you think about our solar system, we have Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Rocks floating around the solar system. Then we have the big old gas giants, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So what do we have? We have two types of planets running around our solar system. So what does it take? The Chinese proverbs always says there has to be a yin and a yang for balance, which is true to this day, to this planet. If you look at the gas giants, they're the yin, and the rocks are the yang. So this Earth, our Earth, started out as a gas planet. That's the only explanation for it. That way the water was already here, because water is simple, hydrogen and oxygen. So let's think about it. All these asteroids smashing into this gas planet of ours would be dragged right to the center because of pressure and gravity. And because of pressure, the gas would be all around surrounding it. It would be forcing the center to be crushed tighter and tighter and tighter until it was so crushed it would be forming the molten core we have today. And because gas giants spin in enormous circles, rolling around the marble we call the sun, this core of our Earth was started right then and there. And this molten core would be spinning and spinning just like the rest of the planet. And that spinning created the magnetic field which protects us to this day. And then as more and more asteroids collided and were dragged into this enormous gas giant, it would be compressed to the center and compress and compress, creating a perfect marble, just like the Earth is, a nice big round ball. Not flat Earth society, sorry gang, it was always round. And when this compression happened and more particles came in and the core got bigger and bigger, at some point, the gravity wouldn't be powerful enough to keep the core melting. So it would start squeezing around the core, protecting it. And that's why the core is still protecting us today. Because it takes that enormous compression to keep that core molten. And as more and more particles came smashing into this planet and collecting and compressing, we have the volcanic eruption starting. And the volcanoes, we know, spew out thousands and thousands of tons of CO2. Well, when this CO2 gets introduced into the atmosphere, the enormous pressure would push that carbon atom and strip it right off the oxygen atom. And now this oxygen atom, free floating, comes in contact with hydrogen, and guess what? It sparks into water vapor. Now the water vapor turns into clouds, just like we have right behind me. And these clouds have been forming ever since. And when enough clouds gather and condense, just like always, it would start raining. And it rained and rained and rained onto this planet. And it slowly started converting this planet from a gas planet to the blue marble we have today. And as evolution kept going and going, atmosphere would slowly be reduced in pressure because all that hydrogen is being turned into liquid water. And all them carbon molecules coming off the atoms from the oxygen, the CO2, creates the building blocks of carbon we need for life. And so that's a very simple method. And eventually the atmosphere would be at the pressure level we are today. And with all these gases being spewed, that's why we have such a mix of gases in our atmosphere. That's why this planet has all the elements of the periodic table of the elements. The water was already here. It was just up to nature to convert it to water. And then when enough volcanic action kept going, the planet turned highly CO2. In a highly CO2 environment, it caused the plant life to start and grow. And when the plant life started and growing, it's releasing all this oxygen back into the air. And once again, we have to have the yin and the yang. So when this oxygen planet became too highly oxygenated, the animal life started to form to balance it out. So the equation is always in balance. The yin is a gas planet, the yang is a rock planet, we're the hybrid. And because of this, it's a natural evolution that all the gas planets will eventually become a planet like Earth, and there will be plenty of water. I'm sorry, this universe is teeming with life, teeming with planets. There's probably thousands of planets right here in this galaxy, if not more, Earth-like. When this thing was half gas and half rock, it would have enough gravity to drag the satellite we call the moon, big enough, because they can never explain how a moon this size could be trapped in our orbit. And other planets probably trapped several moons to make the things happen. And because there's no friction in space, this marble continues to spin and spin and spin and keep that magnetic field around us protecting us. Mercury, Venus, and Mars were always rocks. The land is so irradiated, it probably wouldn't be very safe for mankind to be on it for very long. So anyway, leave any comment in the comment section. I'm glad to hear anything about it. This is my very first video, so don't be too critical about that. And let me know what you think, and share it with your other friends and any astronomers that you might go out there and see what they think. Thanks a lot. Good talking to you. This is Dave, clocking out.